Hello and welcome to CIPD Bitesize. In this video, we're going to be looking at 5HR02 Talent Management and Workforce Planning AC 3.2, which is comparing different approaches to retaining people. Now, you might be saying, James, that's not the question that I've got. The question I've got is retention of warehouse staff is an issue, and therefore many labour market competitors compare the following retention approaches: realistic job previews, induction, job enrichment, and reward. And you, my friend, would be right. The question that you get on the assessment and the question that you get given as a marker and as a moderator are slightly different, but they do answer the same question. It's just you've been given more of an insight and more of a guide as to what you need to do. So you have to compare the following approaches, which is realistic job preview, induction, job enrichment, and reward. So you're comparing four specific things. It's just us as markers, we get given the question, compare different approaches to retaining people. And if you fulfill that job, you'll pass. But again, you've got this question. Now, if you look at the CIPD learner assessment brief, you will see that point 7 is the question, and then when you go down to the grading criteria, it's condensed into compare different approaches to retaining people. It can get a little bit confusing at times, but don't worry. What we focus on here is the assessment grading question, because that is what is going to be the difference between a pass and a fail. That is what you're going to be marked on. That is what you're going to be moderated on. That is going to be what is important. And sometimes, retention of warehouse staff is an issue. There are many labour market competitors. Is a lot of fluff and not getting you to the critical element of the question. So first thing that we always do with CIPD Bitesize is we break the question down into its component parts. And the component parts of this question are compare different approaches, sneaky S approaches, multiple, to retaining people. Now, we know it's multiple because we know in the written version it's got approaches, realistic job preview, induction, job enrichment, and reward. So when we start to break this question out into its action points, we're going to take all of this into consideration and do this. So compare verb means estimate, measure, or note the similarity or dissimilarity between. So we're going to look at the importance of induction. We're going to look at the importance of RJP, which is realistic job preview. We're going to look at the importance of job enrichment. We're going to look at the importance of reward. And we're going to explain why it's unique. Because by talking about how it's not like anything else, you are comparing its dissimilarity. So this is why this is important. This is why this is unique to other things such as realistic job preview, job enrichment, and reward. Use stats as your comparable. So induction is really important because of this, and this can have a really big impact because of Y. This can have a really big impact because of Z. This can have a really big impact because of W. So you're going to use stats as your comparable, but I would break it down into 4 action points. You have 390 words to answer this particular question because there's 10 questions in 5HR02 with a grand total of 390 words, which means you get 390 words per question, which means per action point you have about 100 words to answer this question. So the importance of with evidence, with reference, with citation per action point. So you're looking at 4 for this particular question on these specific things. Now, to help you get through this question as well, what we recommend is you lay it out here. So you write AC 3.2 in big capital letters, and then you put action point 1, which is importance of induction, importance of RJP, importance of job enrichment, importance of reward. Because then when you go, this is really important and this is unique because, so other things such as can't be considered the same or something like that. You're making it unique, so it's dissimilarity between everything else, it's uniqueness, and that will help you build out the question and stuff like that. Now, as always, we give you some resources to help you get through this question. I would recommend the CIPD fact sheet on induction, the CIPD fact sheet on reward, and the AIHR, the Australian CIPD, basically, the realistic job preview explained, because that's probably the more unique one within this. And it's got like 5 tips to do it right in there in terms of the definition and what's expected. And it's got some research and data and information to sort of really help you understand how that comes together. So when you're comparing different approaches to retaining people, yes, but you're also doing the four that are within the question to ensure that you're looking at what is different about each of them and why they're unique and they're all special flowers in their own separate right. Now, the thing we do to help you get through this particular question is we create a bit of um, not anomaly, a bit of a fictitious scenario to help you understand all the different variants and how they're different and how they're unique in their own right. So this is a bit of a fictitious scenario to just help get your head around the question, because obviously you've got four unique things that you need to think about. So to do that, we are today building an amazing treehouse. And here's how different approaches to keeping people involved in the project, um, for example, employee retention, compare. So we've got realistic job preview is like showing clear blueprints before anyone starts hammering. It sets expectations. It avoids surprises, like realizing there's no slide and ensuring everyone is in the same page about the project scope and challenges. An induction is like having a well organized toolbox with all the necessary equipment, knowledge, skills readily available. Newcomers can find what they want where they need to, start efficiently, and feel confident in contributing. Things like job enrichment is like taking the basic treehouse design and adding cool features like a zip line or a lookout tower. It expands on the task and challenges, keeping people engaged and motivated by offering opportunities to learn and grow new skills. Reward is like celebrating milestones, like having a pizza party when the main structure is complete, or acknowledging effort, reinforcing positive behavior through continued participation, and keep everyone motivated to reach the final goal, which is the finished treehouse. By each approach plays a unique role in employee retention. Clear expectations, the right tools, engaging work, recognition, all contribute to keeping people interested and invested in the project. So when you're comparing the different approaches, think about realistic job preview is like clear blueprints. An induction is like going, well, here's all the tools, here's everything that you need to be successful. Job enrichment's like, go off, do something unique. If you've got an idea, go do it. And reward is like, here's 50 quid. Well done. It's amazing. Each are different approaches to retaining people, each have value because there are certain points within your job where you're like, I wish someone would just give me the bloody answer. There are points where you go, I wish there was some way that I knew if I was contributing properly. There are some points where you go, I just wish I could go off and do this thing. And there are some points where you go, I just wish you'd pay me more money. And that's comparing different approaches to retaining people. That's what it's trying to get you to do in this question. Absolutely best of luck with this unit. I'm sure you'll do great, and we'll catch you on the next one. Take care.